Welcome back to J&R Music and Computer World. I'm Brett Hamilton here in New York City. You know, sometimes it's tough to get the creative edge you want with a point-and-shoot camera. But when you're trying to use digital SLRs, it gets a little more complicated. Well, this camera combines the ease of a point-and-shoot with the cutting-edge technology of an SLR. Today, we've got the Nikon Coolpix P90 12.1 Megapixel digital camera. This camera has it all. Now, this camera has all the bells and whistles that Nikon usually delivers. You know, when you hear the name Nikon, it's a name that you can trust. Plus, the P90 gives you an edge. You have all the features of a Nikon point-and-shoot, but you also have an astonishing telephoto lens. This camera is borderline professional, and it's perfect if you aren't quite there as far as being a pro, but photography is starting to become something more than just a hobby. It's a great walk-around camera, and with the wide angle and telephoto lens built in, you're set. Now, this camera is designed to feel like an SLR, but it's got a little more weight to it. In fact, notice how it's designed to fit nice and snug in your hand. It's really easy to grip for better control. As we move to the back here, you see that it's got a 3-inch vari-angle LCD screen. The LCD screen is not only adjustable, but it allows you to take a look at the images that you just shot in striking true-to-life colors. Here we've got a menu button. That brings us into the shooting menu itself, the playback menu, and the setup. Over here we've got the flash. All you have to do is hit a button, it snaps right up. You've got the exposure compensation, macro, and the self-timer. Don't forget about the trash. You'll use this to get rid of those unwanted shots. Now, I mentioned earlier that Nikon comes with a lot of really cool features, including Nikon's Smart Portrait System. Let's face it, what's the reason you buy a camera? To shoot pictures of your family, your friends, your pets. Well, this feature makes sure that the portrait you take at the family reunion or your kid's soccer game or a shot of grandma is perfect every time. You don't have red eye to worry about. Plus, Nikon's face-finding technology allows the camera to automatically focus on up to 12 faces. Something else really cool inside. Not only do you have the red eye fix, but also blink warning. Blink warning displays a warning message if the camera detects that your subject has blinked. You know you got a bad shot, what do? Just take another. You don't have to worry about anything. Point it at your subject and shoot. A huge feature on this camera is the lens itself. The power you get out of this lens is amazing, and it resembles a compact SLR camera without having to worry about changing your lens. But don't let a fixed lens hold you back. This wide 24 times ultra telephoto zoom really takes the cake. In fact, it's the equivalent of a 26 to 624 millimeter if you were talking about a 35 millimeter format. It's got a Nikkor ED glass lens. The Nikkor optics deliver superb color and razor-sharp images. In fact, you're going to get beautiful pictures, beautiful images with the Nikon Coolpix P90 every single time. Powerful lens will put you right down there on the field. You're shooting a sporting event, soccer, baseball, highlight, whatever you're doing, you're going to get a great shot. All right, we talked about how easy it is to shoot a great photo. Let me show you around the scene modes. The dial on the top of the camera, right here, allows you to easily change between modes such as auto, sports, scene mode, which includes your choice of portrait, landscape, night portrait, party indoor, beach snow, sunset, dusk dawn. There's a night landscape. You love the close-up, food, for whatever reason you'd want to shoot food, museum, fireworks show, copy, which is great if you're putting stuff up for auction, backlight, panorama assist. There's voice recording, image quality, and finally your image size. Now, with that many scene modes, how are you going to take a bad picture? We go back to the dial here, and we have the scene auto selector. There's a movie mode on here as well. U1 and U2, what is that? Well, that allows you to save your user settings. Finally, there's a manual, aperture priority, shutter priority, and a course program. I mentioned earlier that we have the 4-way VR image stabilization. I think this is one of the best features on the Nikon. Nikon's optical VR image stabilization compensates for the effects of camera shake, okay, by moving the image sensor. Motion detection automatically detects the fact that whatever you're shooting is moving, and it adjusts the shutter speed and the ISO setting to compensate for the fact that there's camera shake or that your subject is moving around. Camera allows for high ISO up to 6400, which helps give you a sharper result when you're shooting in low light or you're trying to take a picture of something moving very fast. Nikon's original best shot selector, or the BSS as they call it, automatically takes up to 10 shots while the shutter is pressed. It's like auto fire. And then it picks out the best and the sharpest image. This feature is genius, and as Nikon has always done, it gives you a quality image that you really, really can't beat. Now let's take a look at the built-in pop-up flash. See how easy it is? Flash will be able to supplement a pretty good amount of light. Here's the zoom dial, the command dial, and as we move to this side of the camera, we see the AV out. The other side of the camera is the speaker. That's perfect when you're shooting video. Finally, if you turn the camera over, right here, you can see the card slot and, of course, the battery. Now, keep in mind that this is the P90 kit, so it comes with a lot of cool stuff, including a carrying case with a strap. You've got your recharger for your lithium-ion battery that's included, and you also have all the cables that you need. You've got an AV cable, USB cable, and the lens cap. As you can imagine, I've had a chance to try out a lot of different cameras, but I really like the Nikon Coolpix. It's great for an aspiring photographer, and I was able to take it out into New York City and just shoot some great pictures, whether it was buildings or people. The lens is amazing, and I'll tell you, it really zooms. Awesome details, especially of the sky rises, the high rises. So start moving towards the professional level with the Coolpix P90 12.1 Megapixel digital camera. Get yourself one now by calling J&R Music and Computer World at 800-806-1115 or anytime on the web at jr.com.